start. होमज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यामनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपदान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमोऽस्तुते तप्त काञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी ऋषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मुखं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरम्. Wonderful. Thank you, Naresh Prabhu, for joining. Hare Krishna. Tomorrow is a Gaur Purnima. So I was thinking we will use this opportunity to actually discuss about Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So this is the time which is in Vrindavan is the time actually Gaur Purnima is also holy day. So for most of the places, Holi is celebrated just a day or two. But in Vrindavan, Barsana, or in all those places which is near Vrindavan, the Holi is celebrated for almost 2 months. You can imagine. You may think about, oh, that is impractical. Don't they have any work or anything? But unfortunately, they are not so intoxicated, or fortunately, like we are. We think that work is worship, work is life, and then hardly we have some few days off here and there, which we take and this somehow just get out. But in Vrindavan, the mood is not like that. Vrindavan, the mood of holy festival is really, really amazing actually. People forget and everything in Vrindavan is around Krishna. And that's why they are celebrating Holi. Holi happens at different places in Vrindavan. And that happens for 2 months. So there is this beautiful pastime which is there, and based on that we will connect this. So um Srimati Radharani, she actually pleased Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni gave her a benediction that whatever she would cook, that will be perfect, and anyone who actually honors what she cooks, they will never have any health issues, and their health will be completely perfect. Their age, they will live for long time. So Shri Krishna's mother Yashoda Maya got to know about it, and she requested Mother Kirtida and Rishabhanu, who are actually the parents of Srimati Radharani, that can I have Srimati Radharani cook for Lala, which is Krishna? And they agreed. So every day, Srimati Radharani will go from Barsana, and from Barsana she will go to Nandagam. They are very like they are still not super close, but they are there. So they agreed, yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to close this. Otherwise, I'll just hear some sounds. Yeah. So, so she would go every day and cook for Krishna and then come back. And because it's a distance, so actually near Prem Sarovar, Srimati Radharani's father built actually a palace so that she can rest there. And then she would cook every day. So Yashoda Maya was so happy, and she in her heart she developed a desire. I wish that Srimati Radharani becomes my this my bahu. And then she was actually thinking that way. So one day in her this ecstasy, she actually applied the haldi in her hand. So in our culture, when the haldi is applied to the girl, which means it's an engagement offer basically. So she was very happy, and while she was going, she realized, oh, if my mother gets to know, then I'll get lot of chastisement. If my parents get to know, they would think I actually came here to cook, and I'm engaged here. What does that mean? So on the way, there is another lake which is also called as Priya Sarovar or Priya Kund. That is Rishabhanu Maharaj actually built that kund. So Priya Kund. So Lalita Sakhi, who was actually one of the close friend of Srimati Radharani, she requested, why don't you wash off your hands here so that nobody will get to know about it and we will not tell anyone about this thing. And Srimati Radharani, yeah, that's a good idea. So she starts washing her hands in this Priya Kund, Priya Sarovar. So she started washing her hands. Now, um, she is just thinking, oh yeah, this is such a wonderful thing. And she washed off. And Lalita Sakhi said, oh, ho gaya, chalo, abhi, let's go. And then Srimati Radharani left from there. So when she went home, next day morning, the people, when they would go around this pond and they saw the whole lake was actually yellow. So they were thinking, what would have happened? So in their mind, they actually created a story. Maybe Srimati Radharani would have gone to Yashoda Maiya's house for cooking, and Yashoda Maiya likes her so much, she would have actually probably applied the haldi on her hand. And Srimati Radharani would be thinking, this is my parents will chastise me, and she must have washed the hand. So they were just thinking, maybe, and then maybe just disappeared. They concluded this is what has happened. So they went actually to Rishabhanu Maharaj's palace, and they started congratulating Rishabhanu Maharaj. Rishabhanu Maharaj, congratulations for having the engagement between your Lali, which is Srimati Radharani, and Nanda Maharaj's son, Krishna. And he was bewildered, what's happening here? So he looked at Srimati Radharani, and Srimati Radharani just bowed her head down. Now, when we bow our head down, which means you are agreeing with that aspect. So she was thinking, now I'm going to get beatings now because they'll get to know. But here Vishwabhanu Maharaj was very, very happy. And he became really, really happy. And he was actually thinking about it. I wish that Nanda Maharaj's son becomes my son-in-law. So he was thinking like that. So he actually opened his treasure house and um, sent a lot of ornaments, beautiful jewelry for Krishna, and they sent it there. And when it reached to Nanda Maharaj's house, Nanda Maharaj was like, what is this? And then he got the news and he was so happy. Wow, this is great offer. So anyway, that went on. The next day, Krishna actually went to Pili Pokar. So this is the place where she washed her hands. And now from Priya Sarovar or Priya Kund, it became Pili Pokar. Pili means yellow, and Pokar means the Kund, the reservoir of water. So, so Krishna went there, and when Krishna saw this Sarovar, all of a sudden, how come it is yellow? So he started talking, thinking about. He started asking this question: "ये पीली चीज क्या है? ये पीली चीज क्या है? What is this? What is this yellow thing?" He started asking these questions, and his sound vibrated everywhere. Gopas were there; they were thinking. And while this is going on, Krishna entered the lake. When he entered that kund, he went deep into the kund until his head only the peacock feather was visible and hands were visible. And he entered there asking this question, Pili cheese kya? Pili cheese kya? Pili cheese kya? Pili vastu kya? Pili vastu kya? So he entered. And then in few minutes when Krishna got out, his bluish complexion became yellow. But not just the external appearance, he became yellow. When he came out, he started saying, Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And then the Gopas were confused. Said, Krishna, you are Krishna. Why are you asking, Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Please tell me. I want to see Krishna. The Gopas were confused. Why is Krishna asking about himself? And they again answered. Krishna got frustrated. I am looking for where is Krishna? Please tell me. And when they didn't answer, he actually entered the forest, started looking for where is Krishna. So actually, there is a magical thing happened when Krishna entered that lake. He took the form of Srimati Radharani, and he had the consciousness of Srimati Radharani, who's always looking for where is Krishna, where is Krishna, where is Krishna. And he actually appeared as Gauranga Mahaprabhu, whose appearance day is tomorrow. What is the complexion of Gauranga Mahaprabhu? Is the golden yellow color. And what is that complexion? Where is that complexion coming from? That complexion is coming from Srimati Radharani. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from body perspective, he is he is combined incarnation of Radha and Krishna. And what is Krishna? He appears in the form of Krishna, but his consciousness, his chetana, his internal mood as of Srimati Radharani in search of Krishna. So you see, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu always think about where is Krishna, where is Krishna, where is Krishna. And one may say, why? He himself is Radha and Krishna. Why is he saying, Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Because for him, he is in the mood of Radharani, always looking for Krishna. So when Krishna actually spoke Bhagavad Gita, he spoke that Bhagavad Gita in 18 chapters. And the last verse of 18 chapters says, Sarva dharman parityaja mam ekam sharanam vaja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshasyami ma sucha. What is that? Krishna said, You surrender unto me. And when you surrender unto me, I will provide you everything. Sarva dharman parityaja. Leave all variety of religion and surrender unto me. Mam ekam sharanam vaja. Aham tvam papebhyo mokshasyami ma sucha. I will relieve you from all the sinful reactions. But you have to surrender unto me. And that's where Bhagavad Gita ended. Now the question comes in is, okay, you gave the formula, you told us saying that we have to surrender, but how? Right? A lot of times we say, oh, you know what, um I made say any say tir masoor, you made that. How did you make it? It's not about you making it, but it's about I want to know the recipe. How did you make it? Similar way, now Krishna spoke Bhagavad Gita, he said, Sarva Dharman Partar, you surrender unto me, but he never explained about how to surrender. And that is where Lord Chaitanya started. So, what are the three? Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared in this world in Kali Yuga just 500 years back. He came for three external reasons and three internal reasons. I will start with external reasons. So, one of the external reason is he writes that I come every yuga, I come to establish Yuga Dharma. And what is a Yuga Dharma of this Kali Yuga? Yuga Dharma is Sankirtan Yagnya. Chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra is the only way to be delivered in this yuga. Krishna says that I come here paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkrata, that the saintly people, I come here to deliver them and annihilate the demonic people. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu didn't kill anyone. Like when you see Krishna, he appeared, Lord Ram, he appeared, he killed all the demons. Lord Ram killed Ravana, and Krishna killed so many demons, including Kamsa. But when Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he did not come to kill people or kill the demons. He wanted to kill the demonic mentality of people. That the problem is not the people, people's mindset is a problem. If mindset is clear, then that people are wonderful. So he came to kill the demonic mindset, demonic mentality in people, not killing people altogether. So that is one reason. And second reason, the external reason, is Advaita Acharya, whose appearance they just went few weeks back. Advaita Acharya, who is none other than Mahavishnu himself, he is the combined incarnation of Mahavishnu and Lord Shiva. He actually requested Lord Chaitanya to come. He requested Krishna to come in this material world to deliver the people. Because even today, what we see, people are not interested in spiritual philosophy. They don't want to practice spiritual processes. Even 500 years back, it was very painful for devotees to see people are involved in so many materialistic things. On the name of religiosity, they are doing mundane things. These brahmanas are engaged in just external activities rather than actually building love for Krishna within their heart. So they were in pain. They were thinking only Krishna can actually deliver them. So Advaita Acharya, he actually offered Tulsi and Ganga water to Govardhan Shila and offered prayers for Lord Krishna to appear. So to fulfill his desire, Lord Chaitanya came. And what is the third reason Lord Chaitanya came? Very, very important. Highest of all highest, we read it in Nectar of Devotion. Highest of all highest places is Radha Kund and Shamakund. And highest position of the devotees Srimati Radharani and followed by gopis. So when we talk about Vrajavasis, how much love they have for Krishna, Lord Chaitanya came to give that love to anyone and everyone. Even people like us who are living in Michigan, Dallas, or on Canada, wherever we are staying, these are considered to be very low graded places actually, which we call ourselves, oh, these are materially opulent because you get to earn more money. They are considered as upgraded from technology perspective and living style perspective. But from spiritual perspective, these places are considered to be really low class because the thought process of people is not spiritual at all. So Lord Chaitanya even came to give Vraja Bhakti, the highest of all bhakti, to anyone and everyone in this world. So these are three external reasons Lord Chaitanya came to this material world just 500 years back, or 500 years back. What are the internal three reasons, which is what is the secret? Why actually he appeared other than just these external reasons? So one of the reason is he wanted to taste the sweetness of himself. One time, Krishna, while Yashoda Maya was feeding him butter, and then he would steal the butter, and then all those things he will do. So one day, what he happened is Yashoda Maya was busy. He saw on the wall there was hanging pots, and he wanted to steal. He wanted to eat that butter. So what he did, he actually climbed up with his monkey armies and gopas and all that stuff. He got the butter out and started feeding. And then Yashoda Maya came from, and everyone ran away. But Krishna was now very fearful. So what he saw in the pillar, because it's a beautiful palace, Nandabon, he saw Krishna his own reflection. When Krishna saw his reflection, he just was mesmerized. Wow, who is this person? He's so beautiful. Because Krishna himself cannot understand what's his beauty, which is mesmerizes everyone in this entire cosmic manifestation, but he can't visualize his beauty. So he was like, who is this beautiful person? And then Yashoda Mai actually came at that time. And Yashoda Mai says, who stole the butter? Krishna showed his reflection. He stole the butter. Yashodamaya started laughing because she knows what is happening. It's not Krishna's, he's not another person who's sitting there, but it's Krishna's reflection. But Krishna never saw his beauty. So he's like, he's the boy. So Yashodamaya says, okay, if he's the boy, then why the butter is on you? So he started talking, and your hands also have a butter. So Krishna said, Maya, you apply these bangles and all that stuff, they itch me. To get that itch out, I apply the butter right here so that it doesn't itch me. It just makes it softer. And Yashoda Maya started laughing and smiling, giggling. So actually, Krishna wanted to experience his sweetness. That's why he appeared. This is internal reason. Now, second reason is to experience Radha's love. How much Radha Rani loves Krishna. He wanted to experience that. And that is why, because Krishna cannot experience what Srimati Radharani is experiencing. When Krishna decorates himself, Srimati Radharani becomes very joyful. And seeing the beauty of Srimati Radharani, Krishna becomes double joyful. And seeing the double joyfulness of Krishna, Radharani becomes triple joyful. 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times. It just goes on for infinity. But Krishna is not able to understand what is that love Srimati Radharani is experiencing for him. Because he cannot experience what Srimati Radharani. So he has to appear as Srimati Radharani. So he borrowed the mood of Srimati Radharani and the body of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So his complexion is everything of Srimati Radharani. And his consciousness is all the Srimati Radharani. So that is how he appeared to experience Srimati Radharani's love. And third thing is, like I mentioned, Srimati Radharani's happiness. Whenever she would see Krishna, she'll become so happy. He wanted to see how much happiness is that on the other side. Like it's very interesting. Sometimes when you invite a lot of friends, at least on spiritual circle, it happens when I invite a lot of devotees, when I cook something, they really like it. And they actually say, oh, this is great, but I cannot experience that. Because it's the other party who's even if I eat the same food, I will not experience the way they are experiencing, because that's their love. So one has to go on the other side to experience. When Krishna wanted to experience the happiness of Srimati Radharani, so he appeared just 500 years back. And when Advaita Acharya was calling Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, tomorrow is actually considered to be lunar eclipse at that time. It's not considered to be very auspicious time. But that's the time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. So it was a full moon. And all these brahmanas, or all these ritualistic brahmanas, they were actually not very, they were on the surface level, they were pious, but they were not interested in bhakti. So because of the Chandragrahan, because of the lunar eclipse, they all actually came to take the bath in Mother Ganga, and everyone started chanting Hare Krishna. And that's the time Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared. And when they called out for what should be the name, some people said his name should be Vishwambar, who will deliver the entire world. And some people said his name should be Nimai, because his birth was taken just under the neem tree. So anyway, out of love, someone will call them Nimai, someone will call him Vishwambar. So Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra, they actually had many daughters who actually died, or many children who died just after the birth. But they had finally two sons. One is one is Vishwaroop, the elder one, and the second one is Vishwambar, a Nimai Pandit, who's none other than Lord Chaitanya. So when Nimai Pandit, when Nimai, not Pandit, when Nimai or Vishwambar was born, he would cry. And people will not understand, the devotees will not understand how to console him to not cry until they actually chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. And when they started doing Kirtan, then Nimai will laugh and smile. So they understood this is a way actually we can console him. And it was Nimai Pandit, like similar way in Krishna Leela, everyone was at the houses of Nanda Maharaj to see the beauty of Krishna every day. That was their routine, to come and take darshan of Krishna, to see what mischiefs he is doing. And same when Nimai Pandit would do the same, all Krishna Leela, very similar way. He grew up. When he grew up, he became a very great scholar. All the Nyaya, all this, because Navadvip was the hub of learning, and he was living in Navadvip, which is actually just across the river from Mayapur today, 2 hours from Calcutta. So he became a great scholar, and he would defeat all great people. So he became very famous, and he became a teacher of other students to actually speak, to learn under him. So he became a teacher, and other became student of him. One time there was a very great scholar. His name is Digvijay. Digvijay means in all direction he earned Vijay. His name was Keshav Kashmiri, but because he defeated everyone in all direction, is not Digvijay. Dig means all direction. Vijay, he conquered. So he came to Navadvip because he heard about Navadvip is another place where people, scholar people are there. And when these scholar people got to know about Are Digvijay Pandita, they ran away because they didn't want to be defeated. Because whoever will be defeated, they will write on the paper saying that we have been defeated by Digvijay Pandit. They will sign. So Digvijay Pandit came and nobody was there, and he was like, "Oh, is anybody there who can compete with me?" So Nimai Pandits, now he is Pandit because he has become a teacher, and he is Pandit means scholarly in all the scriptures. So they came and told him to Nimai, saying that Nimai, you know what, this Digvijay Pandit is here in our village to defeat everyone. Anyway, Lord Chaitanya smiled, or Nimai Pandit smiled, and he started thinking, because this person is very, very proud. If anyone's pride is broken in front of others, then that person cannot live anymore. They will just do suicide. So he decided, I will have to do it in a secluded way to actually break his ego, because ultimate purpose of knowledge is to develop humility, not to become a proud person. So Lord Chaitanya or Nimai Pandit wanted to actually bring him to a make him humble, not that make him just completely that he leaves his life. So it was late evening. Nimai Pandit was there near Ganga, was teaching his students. At the time, Digvijay Pandit came to that place, and he saw the beauty of Nimai Pandit, and he was mesmerized. And he asked his followers, "Hey, who is this person?" They said, "Oh, he is Nimai Pandit. People call him, saying that he knows all direction, he defeats anyone and everyone." "Oh, really? Then I must have debate with him." So he came, and he offered his obeisances to Nimai Pandit because his beauty was so charming. And Nimai Pandit said, "I heard you are Keshav Kashmiri, you are Digvijay, you have conquered everyone, and I'm happy to have you here. How about if you speak a poem in glorification of Mother Ganga?" He said, "Of course." On the spot, he composed more than 100 verses in glorification of Mother Ganga. And everyone was mesmerized because he spoke at the speed of the wind. New, not that copy paste and all that stuff. He spoke new, brand new verses in glorification of Mother Ganga. So Nimai Pandit was, wow, this is great. He was very happy. He said, now please identify what are there are faults in the beginning and in the middle and in the end. Please identify and share that. When Digvijay Pandit actually heard that, he said, there are no faults in my poetry. And Nimai Pandit says 64th verse out of hundreds of verses he spoke, he started quoting that and then identified the faults in his composition. And when Digvijay Pandit heard that, he was shocked. How come I spoke these hundreds of verses at the speed of the wind? What to talk about, even understanding, even to identify? He has identified a particular verse, he spoke it. He cannot be an ordinary person, but he was just surprised. And he couldn't comprehend that. He couldn't actually oppose what Nimai Pandit was saying. So he was completely bewildered. He was sweating. He did not know what to answer. And then the students of Nimai Pandit started laughing. At the time, Nimai Pandit said, "No, don't laugh." He stopped them and he told Digvijay, "You must be very tired today. You come from a far distance. So you rest today and we will continue our discussion tomorrow." And Nimai Pandit, along with his students, left from there. And Digvijay Pandit had a boon. What was his boon? When he would speak, Mother Saraswati herself will sit on his tongue. So he started thinking, never ever it happened like that, that I've been defeated by anyone. But Mother Saraswati gave me a boon that she will sit on my tongue. Why it happened like that? And he started contemplating. At the time, Mother Saraswati came in his dream, said, "You fool, do you know whom you were debating with? He is my Karta. He is the Lord of the Lords. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. I am his servant. How can I actually be on the opposite side of my God, my Lord? And I recommend you also bow down and surrender yourself under his lotus feet." So this was late in the night when he had a dream. Early morning, he took a bath in Ganga and immediately went at the house of Nimai Pandit. He knocked the door. When Nimai Pandit opened the door, he offered full obeisances to Nimai Pandit. And Nimai Pandit started asking that, "My dear Digvijay, what are you doing? This doesn't suit you. You are a Digvijay Pandit. Why are you doing like that?" And he started offering prayer. "My dear Lord, with the knowledge I acquired, I became proud. Never understood the purpose of knowledge is to become humble. And purpose of the reading these scriptures is to actually develop love for Krishna. I forgot that purpose. Now I understand. Mother Saraswati actually came in my dream and she told you are none other than Krishna yourself. And I can understand why I got defeated. Because you are Supreme Personality of Godhead. And I want to surrender to you." And Nimai Pandit smiled and he said, "Whatever Mother Saraswati told you, never ever tell anyone about this. Because I am a Channa avatar. I am a hidden incarnation. And I came as a devotee. And I don't want to be recognized as Krishna. I came as a form of devotee to actually teach people how to surrender." Coming back to the verse we spoke before, Krishna just finished their surrender, but how to surrender? I cannot show surrender as God. I have to show surrender as a devotee. That's why I appeared as devotee. I'm not God. I'm not showing my symptoms of God here. And he agreed. He offered obeisances and left from that village. And from that day onwards, Navdeep Vasis will offer obeisances to Nimai Pandit. Wow, such a great scholar. What a great scholar. But so far, Nimai Pandit, through his um, internal energy, none of the people could understand he is Krishna himself. Even the devotees like Advaita Acharya and other devotees, they would cry seeing the pitiable condition of Navadvip at that time. And Nimai Pandit was busy in debating with people. So one time, his father actually already departed, and his elder brother he already took sannyas. So now he and Sachi Mata, and he got married with Lakshmi Priya, very beautiful wife, who was none other than Mother Lakshmi. And Nimai Pandit would actually travel to various places, and Lakshmi Priya in his separation one day left her body. Because when Lord Chaitanya went, Nimai Pandit went to East Bengal for some time. In his separation, she left her body. So when Nimai Pandit came, he got to know about it. So he was very sad. But at the same time, he told his mother, everything in this world is designed by the Lord. So we should learn how to accept it. Anyway, life went on. He again got married to another wife whose name is Vishnu Priya now. And then Nimai Pandit once went to Gaya to offer the oblations to Grad Pitru. So he went to Gaya. And when he went to Gaya, he saw, he met with an amazing personality whose heart is filled with devotion. His name is Ishwarapuri. Ishwarapuri is a disciple of Madhvendrapuri. So there are only three people who understand the spiritual world and inner mood of Krishna. One is, of course, Krishna himself. Second is Srimati Radharani. And third one is Madhvendra Puri. Great personality. We'll speak about him sometimes. So his disciple was Ishwara Puri. And Ishwara Puri was in love for Krishna. It's the highest stage of bhakti. By serving his spiritual master, he was blessed. So he was disciple of Madhvendra Puri. And Advaita Acharya was also disciple of Madhvendra Puri. And Nityanand Prabhu also. So all three of them. So Ishwara Puri, when he was there and Nimai Pandit saw him, they embraced each other. They started crying for the name of Krishna. And Nimai Pandit actually went to Ishwara Puri and asked him to initiate him. He asked him, "You become my guru." And Ishwara Puri actually knew who he is. He said, "My dear Lord, why are you doing like that to me? You're a supreme personality of Godhead. Why are you asking me to be your guru?" He said, "Please, please, please." And he agreed. And when he got initiated, heard the mantra from his guru's mouth, he started chanting that mantra. And by chanting that mantra, he became mad after Krishna. His eyes were filled with tears, all day crying, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" And people were just crazy. What is happening to this person? You remember the earlier pastime which we started with? Pili poker. Krishna just entered. Srimati Radharani's mood. Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And he's also thinking, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Because internal consciousness, he is in the mood of Srimati Radharani. So when he came back from Gaya, no, before, after initiation, so he went to Gaya with his students. And when students realize what is happening, so they will catch hold of him. In the night, one day, without anybody's coming in contact, he started running towards Vrindavan. Because he knew Krishna is in Vrindavan. And then from the sky, the Devata spoke in a big voice, "My dear Lord, you have appeared here to not run towards Vrindavan, but to claim the souls here who are struggling. That pastime will happen when you come to Vrindavan. But now is the time you go back to Navadvip and give this love of Krishna to everyone." And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has become now Nimai from Chaitanya. He actually came back home and then finally came to Navadvip. And when he came to Navadvip, everyone was so happy to see him. Wow, Nimai is here, Nimai is here. And Vishnu Priya was so happy because she was alone now. He is back. And Mother Sachi was so happy. Everyone was so happy. And then he started telling everyone about, oh, I went to Gaya. I saw the beautiful lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. The moment he said that, he again started crying, "Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna?" And Mother Sachi saw, Vishnu Priya saw. They were not able to understand what's happening with him because that wasn't the thing here. He was a debater before, and now he is super humble. And anyway, she started praying. Mother Sachi started praying, "My dear Lord Krishna, I had husband, you took him. I had my elder son Vishwarup, that also took sannyas and came to you. Please keep this Nimai with me. And she started offering lunch and dinner. Nimai ate. And then he went with his friends inside in the room. And he started talking about how he became crazy. And the moment he started thinking about that pastime, where is Krishna? He again went into ecstasy, started crying, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? So one of the student there, and he says, then it was late night, and he came into external consciousness. He said, we will meet again tomorrow. So one of the student went there and told all the devotees, see, we were waiting for it. Nimai Pandit has become a greatest devotee of Lord Krishna now. Everyone was so happy. Wow, this is so great. And he said tomorrow, today actually, because the day has, night is over, now it's morning. He said today he's going to the house of Suklamba Brahmachari, and he has invited Murari Gupta, who is actually the incarnation of Hanuman. Because whenever Lord comes, he comes with all of his associates. When Krishna came, he came with all of his associates. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, he came with all of his associates. Nityanand Prabhu is Balram ji. Haridas Thakur is Brahma ji. Srivas Thakur is Narada Muni. Advaita Acharya is Mahavishnu. And Gadadhar Pandit is Srimati Radharani. Both Srimati Radharani, Gadadhar also Srimati Radharani, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So both. That's completely possible in spiritual world. So Gadadhar Pandit, when he heard that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or this Nimai Pandit is going to be there, he said, I want to see what is he experiencing. So he hid himself somewhere in the house. And Nimai Pandit, when he started speaking about what had happened, the moment he started talking about Vrindavan, he again went into ecstasy, started rolling on the ground, crying, where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? Where is Krishna? And everyone, by just seeing him, also became mad, thinking about where is Krishna. Gadadhar Pandit, he was hiding himself. He fell down, became unconscious. And then he woke up. And then Nimai Pandit told Gadadhar, you are so fortunate. I wasted so much of my life in learning about Vedanta and learning about various Nyaya philosophy and all that stuff. But from the childhood, you loved Krishna. You surrendered everything to Krishna's feet, lotus feet. You are so fortunate. And that way goes on Nimai Pandit. Actually, everyone gets to know. And then Lord Chaitanya, Nimai Pandit is saying, so he started doing Harinam Sankirtan at um, Srivas Thakur's house. But they will close the door and do Sankirtan, because Sankirtan is not different from Rasa Leela. In Rasa Leela, nobody is allowed. So he would do only with his confidential associate. They will do Harinam Sankirtan. And they would say, why to sleep and waste their our time in the night? Let's do this Harinam Sankirtan even the night also. So whole day, night, they will just chant the name of Krishna. This Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So the whole day and night they started chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, just doing Sankirtan. And one Brahmana wanted to enter, but he wasn't allowed. So he cursed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that you will be just wandering like a monk, leaving your family. And Lord Chaitanya accepted this because he is supposed to become sannyasi in some time. So people started criticizing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit at this time, thinking, Are what? I came here to give the love of God to everyone. If they criticize, they will go to hell. Because he knew he is a supreme personality Godhead, but he doesn't want to show up. So he said, I will take sannyas. Because if I take sannyas, during that period of time, everyone would offer obeisances. So at the age of 24, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nimai Pandit took sannyas and he cut all his hair and he became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he took sannyas. His mother was wailing, crying in separation because this was the only son he had left. And he had wife also, Vishnu Priya. But Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu knew the purpose of his coming into this world is to deliver everyone. So he left his family, his most loving mother and most loving wife. For what? For everyone else. So he actually took sannyas and he was thinking where he started going towards Vrindavan. And by this time, Nityanand Prabhu is back, Advaita Acharya is there, and Nityanand Prabhu tricks him. Rather than taking him to Vrindavan, he brings him back to Shantipur, which is close to Calcutta. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not know that what has happened, he was like, "How come is this Yamuna?" So he see from distance Advaita Acharya is coming. And when he saw Advaita Acharya, he was like, "Is that Yamuna?" He said, "My dear Lord, wherever you are, that is Yamuna." But that was actually Ganga. So he took a bath, he went to Shantipur, mother cooked for him. All the devotees were so happy. Sad also because now the beautiful hairs were gone. And Nimai Pandit was in a sannyas robe. And then mother requested that if you go to Vrindavan, I will never get to know about it because earlier times there was no email, no WhatsApp, no messages, and all that stuff. Someone has to go and pass on the message physically. Why don't you go and stay in Jagannath Puri, which is the place of Lord Jagannath, who is none other than Krishna? So why don't you stay there? Because Puri is not very far from Navadvip. People go and come during Jagannath Rath Yatra, so at least we'll get to know about your news. How are you and everything? And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu agreed. And then he started walking towards Jagannath Puri. And he stayed there, Jagannath Puri. So he lived on this planet for 45 years. So 24 years, 48 years actually, 24 years he was in Navadvip. Then he took sannyas. Then he came there. And then he traveled to South India. And then he traveled to Vrindavan and came back to Jagannath Puri. And finally wound up all his pastimes. There is a beautiful deity of Tota Gopinath in Jagannath Puri. Very beautiful deities. He actually entered into that deity. And that's how he wound up all his pastime. Vishnu Priya lived for a good number of time, good number of years after Lord Chaitanya's departure. She also entered into that deity. So when you go today to the Tota Gopinath temple, if you ask Pujari, they will show on the knee of deities of Krishna, there is a line. That's where Lord Chaitanya, from where he entered. So Gadadhar Pandit, I was mentioning about this because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a Pancha Tattva. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya, which is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Prabhu Nityananda, which is Nityananda Prabhu, Sri Advaita, which is Advaita Acharya, Gadadhar, I mentioned, Srivas Thakur. So these are the five personalities. So Gadadhar Pandit, this was the Tota Gopinath deities were actually of Gadadhar Pandit. He would worship them. And when he grew old, these deities were very, very tall. So he was not able to garland Krishna. And Krishna sat actually, even today, those are the deities who are in the sitting posture. Because otherwise they are very tall. And they became just sat for Gadadhar Pandit to actually garland him. And those deities are still there. And Tota means the garden, Tota Gopinath. So those places are Jagannath Puri. It's a very beautiful place, very wonderful pastime places of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It's volumes of books which I try to cover in just few hours, like not few minutes actually, not hours even, in the class. But the idea is, why did Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took sannyas? Why did he appear? To give us love of God, give us Vraja Bhakti. And when we have that opportunity, we should take seriously and get out of this world. We all know what is happening in news. We know what is happening in different countries today. It's a very precarious situation. What is happening is undescribable, and what is coming on our way is even more worse. And that's why tomorrow's day is very important. Don't think the problems are not there. The news is filled with so many problems, so many countries fighting. Let's take spiritual life really sincerely. Call out Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Pray to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Wonderful bhajan. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Doya karo more. तुम बिना के दयालु जगत संसारे मोसम पतिता प्रभु न पाइबे आरा. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Daya karo more, please be merciful on me. Tuma bhina ke dayalu. Who can be more merciful than you? Jagata samsare. In the whole entire cosmic manifestation, you are the most merciful incarnation. Because Krishna came with the Sudarshan Chakra. Krishna killed the demons. But if we think, who are we? Our mentality is very demonic. Which means attaining Krishna is impossible for us. So he came as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to give the hopes for people like us who have no interest in bhakti, who have everything in our life designed to actually do mundane things, but we don't have time for Krishna. Even for such people, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to actually bow down to take his shelter and practice this bhakti and get out of the cycle of birth and death. But not only that, attain the highest Vraja Bhakti. So this is our great fortune. So that's why I just wanted to speak about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and sincerely pray for all of you that Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu awards you the highest level of devotional service and attain his lotus feet in this lifetime. Otherwise, life is very short. And another birth may be waiting for us if we don't take it seriously. So it's just Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy is what keeping us alive. So that's all I wanted to speak. Any comments or questions before we end?
No, Prabhu, I had a question now I forgot to ask you about that Jagannath Puri. Uh,
Hmm.
something about that prasad of Jagannath Puri I heard. It's like the very no one is allowed to the kitchen. No one can see because if people see how they make it, they won't be able to take it. That's way, like, remember the past time that I think you share once too, that one old lady was really great devotee of
Yeah,
Krishna, and
yeah,
then Lord Jagannath, and she was actually cooking in a very
yeah,
not clean. So
yeah.
that's the mentality. So but they say, like, if you go to Jagannath Puri and if you don't take the prasad, it's nothing, that you're not even doing any bhakti, you're not getting the halfway through even.
Hmm.
So once you go there and take prasad, that's you at least one lifetime, you achieve something
Yeah,
to just to take the prasad.
yeah. We can take prasad. This is wonderful, actually. Jagannath Puri is Jagannath ji offered Chappan Bhog like for almost every 1 hour. How they cook for Lord Jagannath. It's so wonderful. Actually, Jagannath Puri is a wonderful place. Very,
And their kitchen never, I think, gets over. Like
yeah.
there is kitchen is like 24/7,
24 by 7. Yeah, it's always running. And
always running.
when you go to Jagannath Puri, you should also go to Gambira, where Gambira is the place where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to stay before he left this world. You
So
should
where is the place name?
Gambira.
Gum.
Gambira, one who's very, very. What is Gambira English meaning? I don't know. But Gambira, you know what is one. One is Gambir, which means very
Means very
grave.
tough. Yeah, like very like not easygoing people.
Ah, correct. Not in a negative way, but yeah, I
No,
hear
yeah,
you got
it's
it.
like a very preserved, like reserved people.
Correct.
And there is
Gambira is
also one, there
totally
is so many people they go through Jagannath Puri, and then one time I heard something that some devotee was, like plan the prasad in a such a way, I want this for this, you can customize prasad or something. So
yeah,
that devotee actually went there to just try the prasad, but in his own way, like I wanted this and that and blah blah blah, so
yeah.
just only thinking about the prasad. So at some point, there is one another sage came from nowhere and then asked the prasad from that guy. And I'm
Hmm.
like, can I just have some prasad? I'm very hungry. So
Hmm.
and he took all the customizable, the person who did, he took all the prasad
Hmm.
and very left out of something. And then he realized, because I was a bhakta as well, but then I was only thinking about the prasad. But then somehow somebody came and took my prasad. So what is that meaning? So
There was there were so many pastime in Jagannath Puri. There was one person who actually Lord Chaitanya sorry, Jagannath Ji's before Rath Yatra, they bathed Jagannath Ji. And then after that, Jagannath Ji gets sick, this transcendental sickness. So there is no darshan. So this person came and he was like, oh, how come Jagannath Ji gets sick? And he didn't have faith on that one. So he actually came there and he brought a thermometer
hmm.
and then he put it on Jagannath and it was showing 103. So it's Lord Jagannath's pastimes are inconsolable. Another one which he came who did not have faith in Lord Jagannath. So that day when he came to the temple, the doors were not opening only. And they were like, why this is not the Jagannath ji? Even Pujari were not able to open the door. And Lord Jagannath came into the dream of Pujari. He said, there is a person who has come who has not faith on me. Until he goes out, I will not give the darshan to anyone. So they kick him out, and then the temple opened. So it's wonderful. So when you go there, you should go to Gambira, and then you should also go to Chota Gopinath.
Chota Gopinath temple. Is it a temple?
Correct. It's a very beautiful temple, very close to Jagannath temple.
Okay, Prabhu.
That's where Lord Chaitanya entered in those deities. Vishnu Priya, who's the wife of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, entered into that deity.
Thank you, Prabhu.
So thank you all for joining today. And I know I went a couple of minutes over time, but tomorrow, if you can do, I know Ekadashi just went, but if you can do tomorrow, it's fasting till moonrise. So you can have Ekadashi and then, or you can have fruits. However way you can fast. Tomorrow is a full moon day. And then try to chant more rounds. 16 minimum for sure. Try to chant more rounds. Read about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Charitamrita is there on Veda base. Like we read on Nectar of Devotion, you can read Chaitanya Charitamrita or Chaitanya Bhagavat if you find. But please read about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, hear about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and chant more.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Wonderful. So we will end here. Any other questions or comments?
No, bro, I'm good.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, bro.
Thanks
Hare
for
Krishna.
in advance. We will see you next week.
See you, bro.
Thank you. Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.